Yoo-hoo! It's the time for package from China. Alright, so let's try that again. So the instruction, they did an amazing job with that, like explaining everything, how it works, how you need to quick load, quick save, and etc. So let's see, we're getting even more. It's just kind of cool. They even give me the extra, like say, pieces of, let's say, stickers that you can put on the thing. You know, I know what's with you, but I'm never putting these things on. It's kind of cool that they're giving you this, but nope, never going to be doing it, because look at this. Why do you want to put a sticker like this on that? This translucent case looks absolutely amazing with this new version. So first of all, so when you're looking at the Miyoo Mini, it's absolutely tiny compared with other devices, but not to the point that it's going to be uncomfortable. I think that what they did a great job with the Miyoo Mini Plus, make it a little bit bigger, so make it also more comfortable and still compact that can bring you with you. So overall the D-pad of this thing was absolutely amazing. So having this very nice curve and very cool, let's say, overall touch to it. So having at front the ABHY, you can just feel how comfortable they are, and that has to do with the, not let's say short travel, but where this thing, let's say, let the buttons do have like a wiggle to it. I really love the shape, and you can just feel it. This is the wicked test, man. Just feel it. Oh yeah, ASMR. And select start are made out of plastic, not rubberized. And over here we're having most of the time they map to the menu button. Volume control at the side. We're having back buttons. And also here they have been adjusting them, or at least like giving them different heights. So that makes it more easier to reach in. The downside to this is that this thing is so small. And how small are these things getting? It's more difficult. You're going to be trying to not like forcing your hands in weird position, of the weird, very strange positions, and having the problem to touch them. Nevertheless, at the top we're going to get ourselves the on and off switch. Let's push it in. You can see the LED turning on and automatically booting into the software itself. The Miyoo Mini Linux games. Overall, that's actually what we're having at the bottom, having the jack, the Type-C for charging, and the SD cards. Alright, so let's do a quick overview of the software and what has changed and what is better now. Supports the external micro SD card. Battery life around 8 hours, so it's quite nice. And 3.5-inch IPS display. Yeah, 3000 mAh rechargeable lithium battery. And support Wi-Fi online. Ooh. But let's take a close look at the new Onion OS. This is such an improvement in many different ways. Let's talk about, let's say, the overall, let's say, menu. Over here we're having the games. And we have 6 pages of different options. All kinds of, let's say, stuff like Atari, handhelds like Game Boy, Game Boy Classic and Advance. So many different ways to play. It's absolutely nuts. But I've noted a couple of things that are new. For example, the Megaduck. Megaduck is something that I personally never had, or at least like back in the day as a child. The Megaduck is absolutely a very cool piece of equipment. Not, I say, like one of the best handhelds out there, but it's a lot of fun to see. Here we're having the ports, and the collection is absolutely crazy. For example, having the Duke collection with all kinds of different Duke Nukems. Different ways to play, where we had like a lot of Duke Nukem 3D games, the eDuke 32 on different devices like the LDK. We're having more and more new options. So it also comes with this thing comes also with the option for Sega 32X, Sega CD. And what is also interesting, that they made a special folder or category for all the Turtle games. Here you can just see all the different versions, like the DOS versions, Game Boy Advance, Mega Drive, and etc. That's kind of cool. But then we're having the export. The export is something different. In here we're finding different kind of new options, like Open Beats of Rage, the PCSX Rearmed. If you're going to be shooting this here, you can find all kinds of PlayStation 1, Open Board with all kinds of custom-made Street of Rage games, Scum VM, Advance, MAME, and all kinds of cool things. In the apps we're finding the File Explorer, Video Player, PDF Reader, Quick Guide, and some other applications. Personally, I don't use them at all. Then as settings, where we can adjust the brightness, and I can tell that the display goes very bright. Set up your Wi-Fi, display settings, and also the music sound can be adjusted over here. Sleep timer, and about the device itself. Okay, so when you're looking at, let's say, the software itself, I love it what they did with the bezel around it, give it more like the old school nostalgia vibe. So when you want to play some Game Boy, this is absolutely a great device for that. Let's crank up the volume a little bit more. You can just see this line showcasing how loud it is actually. Pressing the button over here in the middle will give you the game switcher, where you have all kinds of options. For example, if you want to exit a game, you can just do it fairly easy and can switch between different games, like the alligator game that we were playing. Pressing in here, give the option to just boot up. It's kind of cool, crazy if you think about it, what you can always do with all of these devices. But moving on to the Game Boy Advance, here you can just actually see that's going to be a different experience, where we have no bezel. We just have like two black bars to actually giving us the best aspect ratio and giving the overall authentic experience when it comes to play some Game Boy Advance. And these devices are just great for this. Let's see how the overall emulation is. No weird glitching or audio delays. Everything seems to be working just fine. Let's go to the game switcher. And now we're having 3 games. They're actually being saved over here. So next up, let's try some CPS3. I just wanted to see how this actually runs. I did notice if you're going to be loading up this particular game or something of the similar systems, it's going to be taking quite a long time to actually get into the game itself. Didn't record it because it would be kind of boring to look at. But I wanted to check out how it is with the D-pad. At the feel itself, the D-pad is amazing. You can just see it responds perfect. So they just nailed it with the D-pad itself. No problem whatsoever, everything comes out easily without any hassle or whatsoever. Yep, no problem whatsoever, and combined with the display, this looks absolutely amazing. So one of the things that really fascinates me about the Miyoo Mini Plus is that audio quality. The tiny speaker is so loud and it's so great. If you just want to enjoy some old school games, man, you know, audio for me is very important when it comes to like watching a movie or just playing a game. And the Mini Plus absolutely nailed it with this. Alright. Moving on to PlayStation 1, and I already mentioned before that PlayStation 1 is a system that runs absolutely great, just on native resolution, but I think we don't need any upscaling on a display like this. If you're going to be needing the back buttons, I am not a big fan of it. Think about fighting games, or yeah, not at all, but if you're just going to be playing shmup like this, it's just fine, you know. You can just enjoy it. Great audio, great overall support for the gameplay. This works absolutely epic. Okay, so when it comes to, let's say, some different games of PlayStation, it doesn't matter what you're going to be throwing at it, it works perfectly. Even three-dimensional games like this, oh man, Wipeout 2079, or also known as the Wipeout XL, was one of my favorite series. Or you can just use autopilot, of course. Oh my dude, this was all like remembering the tracks. Such a cool game, but quite difficult to play. I can still remember that I actually played this game a lot with the Mad Cat racing wheel. That worked perfectly with this. This game brings back so many memories, and I know that I really enjoyed this game with some N64. That was actually the first time that I played it, and the cooperative mode was so cool. There we go. Do hear some stutters here and there, but that was such a weird experience. You need to shoot the rocket exactly here. Then you're gonna go into the display. Yep, just going to do it. I'm going to do it! But you can hear that it stutters a lot, so that is not a good experience.